Alright, so today I wanted to debut my Corebreaker team. So the idea of this team is to build around Pokemon that are able to break the core of Galarian Stunfisk and Tropius, who's been a really strong core team of last season. Alright, so in this first video, I'll start with my first Corebreaker team, which is built around Shadow Ninetales, because Shadow Ninetales is able to beat Galarian Stunfisk and Tropius. So as you can see, I'm showing you guys the IVs that I have. Basically, we're gonna lead with Kanto Shadow Ninetales. Our safe swap is Umbreon, and our hard counter is Venusaur in the back. So depending on the matchup, I can be flexible enough to use my safe swap carefully. As you can see, that the team has weakness to Azumarill in the front, and then I will only have, but it is really strong against Charmers. So hopefully we'll be seeing some of those, but I don't think we will be if they were to come over from the Kanto Cup. All right, so let's start with the first match here. So in the first match, we're seeing a Electabuzz. That's not common. It's a little bit. As you see, these are the first matches in the Gold Battle League, so you might see some unique matchups here in the first couple of battles that I go through. So here, I just let the Thunder Punch go through. Using the regular Ninetales in the past, I know that I'm a little bit tankier, but I can't not take too much damage, given that it is a Shadow Ninetales this time. So the opponent's shields here, they double shielded already. So I'm going to give up one shield here, and I'm going to attempt to farm them down. Because my fire spins are going to be dealing additional damage from the Shadow. See, I didn't want to take another hit, so I went for the... I realized that. That's why I undercharged my Weather Ball there. Okay, so they come in with a Bronzong. Good thing I did keep my Ninetales alive or throw through that, because now I can deal more damage with their Bronzong. It's just another interesting pick now that they're out of shields. It almost looks like their entire backline is weak to Ninetales. So here I'm going to come in with Umbreon, because I don't want to come in with Venusaur, who's going to take additional damage. And then Umbreon can tank these moves coming through. It's interesting they're using Gyro Ball instead of Ice Punch. I'm not sure which move, though, is more energy efficient and more... yeah, I'm not sure which move is more energy efficient, though. My goal here is I'm going to try to farm them down, and then have a move stored, and have be ready to throw my moves onto their Bronzong for the game. Alright, so I farmed it down, and then Bronzong is pretty much done. These foul plays will take it out. One or two doesn't. I mean, one is enough already, but I had two. So far, we haven't got any Galarian Stunfisk yet, or Tropius. Hopefully, we'll see that in this video. So I can show you guys why this team is called the Corebreaker team. Okay, so we have a Toxicroak here. So you gotta watch out for the Mud Bomb, but I should be able to get to my Weather Ball before they get to the Mud Bomb, since I'm running Fire Spin. So there's another team that I've been testing out to try and run Kanto and Ninetales, the non-Shadow version. But in that case, you'll have to run use an Elite Fast TM and run Ember in order to be able to defeat Galarian Stunfisk. Because without Ember, the regular Ninetales can't beat Galarian Stunfisk. So here they brought in their Melmetal, and that's not really a counter to Ninetales. You know what I probably should have done here is I probably should have shielded Oh no, I did shield. Okay. What I probably should have done here is that I should have thrown my move afterwards to take out the Melmetal, but instead I went into Venusaur, thinking that I could take it out before it got to another move. But this is why I hate Melmetal, because he's so spammy. So of course he got to the Rock Slide. I took a chunk out of my Venusaur's health. Now with the Toxicroak coming back in, I didn't have another move ready yet. And I was surprised they had the Dynamic Punch. So now I'm going to jump back in with that Weather Ball that I saved on Ninetales. And of course, now I'm stuck against the Azumarill, which this is a losing matchup. What I should have done, like I said earlier, was to just throw the Weather Ball and take out the Melmetal. And then my Venusaur would have had full health against this Azumarill and gotten the win. As you can see here, this is basically a loss already. I mean, all I can do here is just throw Last Resorts as much as I can. But since they have Play Rough, it's going to be difficult for Umbreon to win. If they had Ice Beam and Hydro Pump, then Umbreon would have a closer matchup. I mean, Umbreon still loses, but it's definitely a closer matchup. So here I tried to catch it on Ninetales, and I guess I did. The Ice Beam, but that wasn't enough because they had already had another move. And I mean, they were already at close to another move, and here's another Play Rough to take out my Umbreon. They didn't fall for my catch there. Alright, let's go into the next one. Alright, Snorlax. So as we already saw in the previous video I had, the Kanto Ninetales, the regular version, was able to beat Snorlax. So let's see if the Shadow one can do it. So I'm going to play this match out the same way. I'm going to I know that I can get to my moves before Snorlax can get to Body Slam. I'm going to mirror shields accordingly. So here, the Snorlax shielded early. I think he shielded early because they're scared of the shadow powers. They know they're going to receive a lot more damage than a regular Weather Ball. As you can see there, it took about 40% of Snorlax health. And right here, I can... I'm trying to do the same thing by not shielding how I play the other matchup. And then... So it worked out for me. I'm able to not shield and farm Snorlax down. So unfortunately there, I wasn't able... This was a... What was a Water Gun Lapras? And it took me out before I could throw any move. I was... I probably should have thrown the Weather Ball if I got to it. And I see there, I brought in my Venusaur and they swapped out immediately because they were running Water Gun. And then now we have a positive matchup with Umbreon and Rapidash. Now, if they're running Rapidash, it's better that you run Incinerate versus Fire Spin. Though, the drawback of Incinerate is that it's a 5-turn move, so it's a little bit tricky. So you have to be able to perfect your timing with that move. So I can see why they would prefer using Fire Spin, or they just didn't want to change it to Incinerate. So here I was able to survive another Jove run without having the shield, and I'm going to toss this Foul Play to take out this Rapidash. And now it's pretty much GG. Venusaur is just going to hit the Frenzy Plant and then Vine Whip down. Alright, let's go into the next match. Swano Slayers. Hopefully he can give us the matchup that we've been looking for. Azumarill. Okay, so I don't have a real good answer to Azumarill and the lead. So Here, I'm going to go for a safe swap into my Umbreon, even though Umbreon has a losing matchup. I'm just going to hope that they switch out. And so here to hit me with Play Rough, so I take it, and I'm going to try to get as much damage as I can get in. See, sometimes the timing, I think it's the lag, but I've been trying to do fast move denial, and it's still, the bubble was able to go through once in a while, and I think it is because of lag. So here I'm able to survive another Play Rough. Go Last Resort. As you can see, the nerf, and see, I was able to do fast move denial there, and as you can see, the nerf in bubble allowed me to get to a third Last Resort before going down. And now I'm gonna bring in Venusaur to try and farm down their Azumarill. So here I'm gonna throw up a shield, assuming that it might be Ice Beam, and it's about time for me to use shields anyways. And it was Play Rough, so I'm assuming that they're probably running Play Rough and Hydro Pump only. So at this point, I don't have to worry anymore about shielding. So now I have a ton of energy to throw on whatever they bring in. And so Toxicroak, in Ultra League, Toxicroak, this is a winning match for Toxicroak, but in Great League, it is a losing matchup. So you see how even though they resist Frenzy Plant, I'm still able to deal a ton of damage on them, about 60% damage. So 2 of them is definitely enough to take out the Toxicroak. So here, whether to throw Mud Bomb or Sludge Bomb, I'm not going to shield it. I know I can take it. So they just threw a Mud Bomb there, and so this Frenzy Plant should take them out. And then their last Pokemon is a Wigglytuff, and you gotta love to see the Charmer. Now, Ninetales is gonna come in and finish this thing off. I'm just gonna build up to 2 Weather Balls and then take out this Wigglytuff. I guess it's not so tough at all against fire. I'm not even gonna throw my move, I think, here. Yeah, I'm just gonna shield here because my Fire Spin went through, and I'm gonna shield in order for the its damage to go through and then finish it off, and not having to throw my second Weather Ball. Alright, David Mahor. I think I've played against this guy more than once. But here he comes in with a unique spicy pick here. You don't normally see the, I forgot what this guy's name is. Cheropi something, but this is a unique pick, definitely a spicy pick here. And he uses Fell Stinger, and I wasn't sure what kind of moves it was running, and I was like, oh, let me shield burst and see what's going to happen. And then after he used the Fell Stinger, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to shield anymore. I'm just going to finish him off. He's going to throw another Fell Stinger here. If that move is resisted by Ninetales, that's why it does. And it's more like a power-up move, like Power-Up Punch, so it does barely any damage to me. So I'm just going to take it and then finish him off with Weather Ball. Okay, he has another unique spicy pick here with Raikou. You know, and of course, when Raikou in Great League is very squishy, so it can't take any moves from my Ninetales, especially with the Shadow Ninetales. So he hits the Thunderbolt there, and I'm going to bring in a positive matchup with Venusaur here, since this resists Electric. I'm just going to let this Thunderbolt go through. And then Frenzy Plant should be enough to take out Raikou. Oh, we have some nice lag here. Alright, let's say goodbye to the legendary Pokemon. And now we have Charmer. Interesting that he's using Charm on his Raichu. But it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go for back-to-back Frenzy Plant. Oh, I didn't need to. One Frenzy Plant was enough to take it out already. Frenzy Plant is a strong move. And you'll see later when I think I have it in this set. You'll see later against Skarmory. Even though Frenzy Plant is double resisted, it still does more damage than Sludge Bomb, which is only single resisted by Skarmory, which is kind of crazy. Alright, so here's Shadow versus Shadow. Shadow Ninetales versus Shadow Hypno. Let's see who wins this match. So I know I can get to my moves before he gets to his moves. I'm just gonna shield. And then we have some nice lag here. And I'm gonna mirror shields. And now my Weather Ball should be able to do a good amount of damage to Hypno, but he jumps out to take the move on let me see what he's... Oh, he brought in Stunfisk, not the Stunfisk that we want. So I'm just going to go in here with Venusaur. And Venusaur should be able to absorb all this damage. Some Mud Bomb, and it just does neutral damage while I'm doing super effective damage on my fast move. So I'm going to farm a little more so I can get to 2. And now I'm going to toss the Frenzy Plant and have one ready to throw on the Hypno, which is going to come back in. There we go. So even though, since Confusion is a 4-turn move, I'm able to click on my move before they can kill me with Confusion. Now I'm going to come in, I believe, with Umbreon. Yeah, I'm coming in Umbreon because Umbreon resists Confusion, and it basically any charge move that he throws at me would do minimal damage unless it's Focus Blast, which not a lot of people are running Focus Blast on their Hypno. So he brings in Toxicroak now. So since both of us have no shields left, I have an advantage here. I can hit. I'm gonna hit the. Since he has no shields left, I'm gonna hit my Last Resort and then go for the Weather Ball that I saved on my Ninetales to flip the situation and allow me to win this match. So he already quit there. He knew that Umbreon is going to take out Hypno easily. Alright, Matthias. Come on, give us Galarian Stunfisk. There we go. Galarian Stunfisk. So now you guys get to see that Ninetales will win this matchup. So you'll be able to get to Weather Ball before he gets to Rock Slide. So he shields first. And in the single shield situation, I should be able to win this matchup. Now this is very surprising. He threw Muddy Water at me, which I did not expect that coming. And so I'm like, okay, so I'll take another. I'm not gonna double shield. So here, the Muddy Water does like 0 damage, even though it's super effective. That's a trash move. You should be running Rock Slide. In any case, my Weather Ball takes him out. Maybe he thought he was able to survive it, but no. Weather Ball coming from a Shadow Ninetales does a lot of damage. That's why it's able to take out, beat the Galarian Stunfisk. Here comes Scrafty, and then he's already scared now because that Weather Ball took so much damage. It took out Galarian Stunfisk, so he's like, I'm gonna shield this. I don't want to take another Weather Ball. Because of that, now he's out of shields. So I have the advantage here with coming in with Venusaur. I'm gonna be able to resist the counters, and then I just need one Frenzy Plant to take him out, and then whatever he has left in the back, which was a Mew, Umbreon totally wins this matchup. I don't need to shield anything. Surf, Wild Charge. Umbreon is super tanky, so it's going to be able to absorb it all. So he threw his Wild Charge first already, so his defense has been reduced by 2 stages. So 1 foul play here is enough to kill. Alright. Let's go into the next match. Paddles? So this guy's a level 4. So he should be better than me, right? Because he's low. I'm at level 3. Oh, so now here we're going to have this matchup. Now, remember before I showed you guys the Kanto Ninetales, the non-Shadow version was able to make this match pretty even. So let's see how the Shadow version does. So I'm taking more damage from the Bone Club. Hopefully the Side Shocks here will do additional damage and make this match a little more even. Alright. The thing here is that since I'm more squishy, I don't think I'm able to bring it as close as the other Ninetales is able to do. And I'm going to throw the Weather Ball here. I know he's going to shield because I shielded. So this actually brings the match a little bit closer, but I'm not going to double shield here. Oh, wait, I am. Okay, I'm double shielding here to see if I can get the advantage. So now I'm going to get to my Weather Ball and toss another Weather Ball, and let's see if they want to keep their Marowak alive. So no, they don't, and they take the shield advantage, and they come in with their Swampert. And so I switch out immediately into my Venusaur. So I'm surprised how they didn't switch out to their last Pokemon. Now, I brought in Venusaur because I knew that once Marowak is gone, I have a safer matchup here. So here they bring in their Galarian Stunfisk, which is hiding in the back. Should they shield my Frenzy Plant? Which is a smart move, because probably it's the strongest move that I have that they can see at the moment. So now I'm going to come into my Umbreon. So Umbreon and Galarian Stunfisk, this matchup is pretty close, depending on the IVs. In the single shield matchup, if you shield up Earthquake correctly, you have a chance of winning with the correct IVs, of course. So with the ideal IVs on Umbreon, it can flip this match around. And then for Galarian Stunfisk users, it's better to go straight Earthquake. Don't go for Rock Slide. If you go for Rock Slide, it won't do enough damage and you end up losing the match. So unfortunately there, my opponent was ready for the switch in, and then I couldn't throw the Weather Ball. But if I was able to, I probably would have won this match. So here they bring in their Swampert. And there, I made another mistake because I undercharged too much. I probably should have not undercharged there, and that would still give me enough farm to kill, to get to another foul play and take out that Galarian Stunfisk. So unfortunately, this match was not a good showing for the Ninetales. But then again, Galarian Stunfisk did not show up in the lead. All right, so here we are up against a former Season 6 legend. So let's see how we do against them. So here's Ninetales versus Mew. Now Mew has access to Surf, so I gotta watch out for that. But I should be able to get to... so on the first Weather Ball, they were able to beat me. Beat me to my Weather Ball. But on the second Weather Ball, it only takes 3 Fire Spins, so I should be able to get to my second Weather Ball before they get to Surf. So I shield there, and they mirror shields. And now I'm going to be able to get to my Weather Ball before they can get to Surf. Oh, never mind. So I'm going to double shield here and then go for the Weather Ball. I really thought that I was going to get that hit, but I must have remembered wrong. Or it was a different matchup that I was able to do it. You know, sometimes people sneak through moves, and if you don't deny, fast move deny. Like we're here, I knew that they were going to try to get another Surf off because they double shielded, and they really want to win that match. So I swapped into Venusaur and took the Surf. So now they bring in Medicham. So Medicham, I'm resisting its counters, right? And then they have to use Psychic to take me out. And Frenzy Penalty does a ton of damage there, as you can see. So I'm going to bring in back in my Ninetales here, and I'm going to take them out with Ninetales, because I think I have almost a Weather Ball stored. There we go. And now their Mew is like close to dead, so I should be able to farm it down before it gets to another Surf. But just in case it doesn't, I pull off another another swap here, and then absorb the Surf onto the Umbreon. And the Umbreon, of course, takes like no damage from that. And they bring in their Galvantula now. And I'm going to toss my foul play here. And I think this is a very good example of a match for you guys to show that even if you lose the lead and you lose the switch, you can still win. by using moves like, for example, a sack swap, swapping at the right time to absorb damage on a different Pokemon that has a better resistance against that move, you can definitely still win even though you lose both the lead or the swap. So like I see here, I come in back with the Umbreon. I'm able to take out the Galvantula with my Fire Spin because it's a faster move than Volt Switch, and then saved my Weather Ball to throw onto Mew for the game. And that was a really good match to showcase that whether even if you lose lead and switch, it's still possible to come back. All right, I think this is the last match here. It's against 411 Michael. All right, so we have a positive matchup here. The switcher is Zumarill, and I'm gonna go straight to Venusaur. And this is the typical lineup that you like to see. So if they have Ice Beam, I'm gonna let the first move go through always, because Ice Beam is not enough to kill Venusaur, and Bubble does almost no damage. So they can't really bubble you down, especially with the nerf that was added to Bubble recently. So here I can just use, even if they shielded there, I can still get to 2 Frenzy Plants and Mirror Shields in order to win that matchup. So now they bring in Jirachi, and I'm just gonna throw another Frenzy Plant before going down, and then bring in my Umbreon, which has almost completely walls Jirachi, because I'll be able to resist the confusions, and then the Meteor Mash doesn't do that much. The Doom Desire doesn't do that much damage, and then now they're forced to bring back in their Breloom, and then it's gonna go down to Ninetales, because Ninetales has a positive matchup against Breloom, and it also has a positive matchup against Jirachi. So here I'm just gonna farm them down, and then finish the Jirachi off with my Ninetales. Even if they shield here, I can continue through and go for another Weather Ball. Because Confusion, like I said, is a 4-turn move, so the damage there did not register. Did not register until after I clicked on my Weather Ball, and I was able to get the Weather Ball through before going down. Alright, you guys, so that's my first 2 sets with this Corebreaker team. I went 8-2. Now, for Thursday, I'll bring you guys another Corebreaker team. Alright, and for Thursday, I'll bring you guys another Corebreaker team that I'm working on that does the same thing in handling Galarian Stunfisk and Tropius. Like and subscribe.